What am I, a 15-year-old?
Warning. The following content contains spoilers. Super Kami accepts no liability for any mental or physical butthurt that may result from viewing the aforementioned spoilers. If you are unsure how spoilers will affect you, please consult your nearest otaku.
Hello everybody, it's Chaos King 1236, and I'm here to do a spoiler review of the Suicide Squad movie for DC. To start it off, I guess I'll go over each of the characters, or at least the ones that actually left their impression on me, because there were some that didn't. Like, I can barely remember his name. Captain Boomerang?
Fire!
I guess that pretty much covers him. I guess moving on, let's go over basically the main character of the movie.
He's like the gold standard, okay? Triangle, bitch.
Will Smith as Deadshot.
Here's to honor among thieves.
I really liked what he did with the role. I'm not 100% familiar with Deadshot's backstory. I don't know, what his current, status in the New 52. But I do know that he started off in a bad family, and now he's got something good. He's got a wife and a kid, though he seems to be estranged from his wife. But his daughter still looks up to him, even though she knows he's a killer, and he really appreciates that. And I found that pretty touching. Motivation for joining up in this Suicide Squad is to get to see his daughter again, get free, and be able to be a part of her life. And I like that. I really liked his combat scenes. Deadshot just jumps up on a car and just shoots them one after another. Headshot, 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 headshot. Okay, they weren't all headshots, but they were all killing shots. One shot, one kill each. And it was spectacularly badass. I guess that pretty much covers everything I really want to talk about for him. So let's go on to the main female role, which is Harley Quinn, who I loved.
Hi, boys.
Toys.
What?
She's just crazy.
I'm kidding. That's not what they really said.
Her personality was just perfect. Everything you wanted from a Harley. But yeah, she was perfect. And they got the backstory just right, how she became completely infatuated with the Joker. Speaking of the Joker, well, I make it sound bad, but
I can't wait to show you my toys.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
my problem with the Joker is purely aesthetics. I loved how Jared Leto performed. I really don't like the new Joker look. I love Jared Leto's acting, but I just really don't like the look. The main thing that does it for me is the teeth. I could do without the grill. If it weren't for the grill, I could probably get over how he looks. But yeah, there was some really good flashback scenes between Harley and Joker. Joker has Harley jump into the same vat of chemicals that he did. And in a rather interesting moment, Joker actually seems to show concern for her and jumps into the vat after her. And then they start laughing with each other in the vat of chemicals, which is a very awesome scene. I guess next on the list should be Killer Croc.
Heathens take it, no escape.
He didn't have many lines as expected because he's not a very talkative character. There was a nice scene where Killer Croc is being visited by Flag in order to assess his capability for the Suicide Squad program. But Waylon Jones, Killer Croc, is in his sewer cell, and Flag comes up and just gives him a look over and asks, "Why are you in here?" And Croc, being Croc, tries to act all menacing because he hates people because they hate him. But Flag doesn't really react, and Croc asks, "Aren't you scared?" And that was as much backstory as they kind of needed to give him, I suppose. Next, I guess I'll go over Diablo.
What you gonna do? You wanna see something? Yeah, I wanna see something. Yes, I wanna see something.
Which I've never actually heard of, kind of like Captain Boomerang. I liked Diablo. He got probably the most backstory besides Deadshot and Harley. He has fire powers. flame manipulation, and apparently he actually is not the devil, but a devil, which we see in the final battle scene where he turns into basically an Aztec fire god to battle Enchantress, his brother. But basically he was a cartel gang leader, and he used his fire powers to become kingpin of crime in his area. He also had a family, just like Deadshot, but one day his wife confronted him, probably not the first time, and they basically were arguing as they went upstairs, and then Diablo got mad and lost control of his powers and set the whole house on fire, killing his wife and children. He had 2 kids, sorry. And there was a very somber scene of him walking out of his house. There's police everywhere, and he just walks out and surrenders because of how mortified he is of himself. And basically his whole thing throughout the movie is that he doesn't want to use his powers because he's scared of hurting people. One of the scenes is Will Smith as Deadshot intentionally gets him mad so that he'll clear out a wave of the alien zombie things that the Enchantress has created inside a building. But at the end of the movie, Diablo really has a heel-face turn. He accepts his powers. He's also the one who initially breaks the Enchantress's paradise illusion, where his family's still alive and all that. And he's like, no, I can't undo what's already been done, and helps the others break it too. And then he turns into the Aztec fire god and battles the Enchantress, his brother, and basically makes a heroic sacrifice. Though we don't actually see him die, it's heavily implied. There's Katana, who also doesn't get many lines, though she is a very big character in the DC universe. She's got her soul-stealing katana, which apparently has her husband in it, who was killed by mafia, and she's basically vigilante. Yeah, she doesn't get too many lines, but that's partly because she doesn't speak much English. She has like 1 English line and then a bunch of Japanese lines with subtitles. Oh, I say a bunch, but it's like 3 or 4. And she's very violent. But anyway, she's like the bodyguard for Flag in case the squad tries to turn on him. There was also Slipknot, who basically got himself killed because Captain Boomerang tricked him into testing whether the little bomb in their necks was actually a lie or not, which it was not a lie. There's bombs. Which is kind of left open-ended because they never showed them getting the bombs out of their necks. I guess I should move on to the Enchantress.
You're possessed by a witch.
I have just begun.
She's basically the witch, like Aztec witch. Well, I say Aztec, but that's just like aesthetic-wise. She is found by an archaeologist who releases her and then possesses her body. And she has all kinds of teleporting and super powerful magic spells. But the government, after they found her, they went back and discovered her heart, which is her one weakness, which they use against her. She pretty much gets fully possessed much earlier in the movie than I would have liked. I would have liked it developed a bit more. So Enchantress, she finds out that the government has another little totem thing that has her brother inside it. She teleports away and releases her brother and basically sets him loose and tells him to start building an army. And he just wreaks havoc in the city. And the government sends Enchantress to stop him, not knowing that she was the one who released him. And she turns on them, as you would expect. Overall, with the movie, I felt all the action scenes, except for the final battle, were great. The one problem I had with the final battle is that they went a little overboard with the storm from the magic vortex of doom the Enchantress was manipulating. Basically, there was a lot of dust and debris just shooting through the air everywhere, and it really obscured a lot of the cool fighting going on. In terms of setting up the DC universe, I think it did a great job. It really established the new Harley, Joker. I hope Deadshot comes back, though I doubt it would be in a villain role at this point because of this movie. I don't think any of the others will be coming back anytime soon, with the exception of maybe Katana if she gets her own movie. Yeah, I don't see Killer Croc showing up except as maybe a side character. Overall, if I had to give it a rating, I'd give it a 8.5 out of 10 if I wanted to give a number to it. I'm not really sure what's wrong with the critics that are giving it 30% on Rotten Tomato. I think they're viewing it a little too objectively, in my opinion, because they should also be able to see it from a fan's perspective, how this sets up other things in the future. And I think they're just basing it on this single movie by itself without looking at what this does for the future of DC movies. Anyway, I think I've been talking way too long.
How you sweet talking me? All of that chit chat's gonna get you hurt.
So, this has been Chaos King 1236. Thank you and have a nice day. I'm saying way too much. Fuck, I'm still saying
So intense.
I think the last Harley was back in George Clooney Batman? I'm totally guessing at this point. But yeah, I think that was the last time we had Harley. And that was the 90s. I'm bad at remembering precise details. That's another word I'm saying a shit ton of. And they really go into Jane is the woman who is possessed, and Flag and her are in love.